are watching today's video. This video is going to be a ramble where I just talk to you guys about some things that I have coming up over this next month. This video that you are seeing is my first video of October, and I have kind of a busy-ish schedule for the month. So while I was just reminiscing, or not reminiscing because it hasn't happened yet, while I was, planning, I guess, for the month ahead, I just thought that I could talk to you guys and ramble away. So if you need company while you are doing work or cleaning, or if you're just trying to fall asleep, then hopefully this video is a good one for that purpose. I hope that it is comforting but also relaxing, and you can just fall asleep or have a calming moment with me today. So I just wrote down, I think there's 8 things. Yeah, well, technically there's like 10 things that I wrote down, and I'm just gonna start yapping about them, and I hope that you guys enjoy. If you like this style of video, let me know in the comments, or you can give this video a like if you like it. So the first thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is actually going to be done by the time this video is uploaded, so that's very exciting. I'm recording this video on Sunday, but you guys will see this video on Thursday this week. And the reason that I'm pre-recording this so far in advance is because we are getting our living room painted. My husband and I moved into this condo a little over a year ago. We moved in at the very end of July, so basically August of 2024. So when we moved in, the lady who lived here before us, she had a ton of things hanging on her walls. We were able to come tour the place before she moved out. So we were able to kind of see a bunch of the screw holes and the nail holes. She just had everything hung on the walls, which is great. Clearly she made the place her own, and now we are able to do that with our own decor. But when we moved in, we tried to patch all of the holes and then paint over it, because she did leave the leftover paint. But I guess, I don't know if the sunlight made the walls lighter, or maybe we just didn't mix the paint well enough, but it did not blend together very well. If you've ever tried to repaint something that has older paint, you would know that it doesn't always blend super nicely, and that was the case for us. So we had a bunch of just splotches on the walls, and we had been putting it off and putting it off, because this room that I'm sitting in right now, we painted it ourselves. It is kind of this cool green tone. It's kind of like a mint green. It's actually a lot brighter than I thought it was going to be when we picked out the paint, but I honestly love it. I think it's great. But our living room is a dark gray. It's literally the color of the shirt that I have on today, this dark gray color. And where was I going with that? Oh, we painted this room ourselves. It was me and my husband, and then my dad and my sister helped out as well. But our living room has really, really tall ceilings because we are on the top floor goes up to like the roof level. There's not really an attic above us. I guess there is in like part of the hallway, but not elsewhere. So like right above us, it goes up to a point, but in our living room, it goes up really high, like 15 feet or something. So we weren't comfortable painting it ourselves. So we've been putting it off, and we finally had a moment where we were just like, let's do it. Let's get it painted. So we had someone come and quote us for the space. It's technically our living room as well as our dining room / kitchen and our hallway. It all connects to each other, so we are just having them do the entire thing. So they are actually going to be doing that on Tuesday this week. So that's why I wanted to get this video recorded. That way, I could have it edited and ready to go, and I wouldn't be working around the painters because we're not sure. It could only take one day, or it might take 2 days. They might have to come back to finish it on a second day. I think it should only take 1 day, though. When the guy came to quote us for how much it was going to cost, he was saying that because we are doing the exact same color, we are keeping it the dark gray, which I love. I think it is great because it's such a large space. It doesn't make the space feel really small. I know that sometimes if you use a darker paint color, it can make the room feel small, but this living room area is pretty large, so the dark gray color just makes it feel really nice and cozy. And he said that because we are just painting over it, he thinks that it should be fine with only one coat of paint, and it shouldn't take too long. Today, my husband and I moved a bunch of stuff. We moved like all of our paintings that we had hung on the walls, and we have like side tables next to our couch, so we moved those into a different room. We took off all of the plates on our like electric outlets, the outlet covers. That way, when the guy comes to paint on Tuesday, there shouldn't be a ton of prep for him to do. Like, he won't have to take anything down or do anything like that. So hopefully it is a quick and easy process, and maybe now I could do some ASMR in our living room. I've never really felt comfortable doing it in our living room because our walls just looked crazy. It looked like a cheetah or something, because there were just all of these random little patches of paint that did not match. So that is exciting. And then another project that we potentially might do in these next few months, I don't know, we want to redo our bedroom closet, which is right over there from where I'm sitting. We have a very standard closet. It is a walk-in closet, which is a blessing because my husband and I both have a decent amount of clothing, so I'm really glad that we have a walk-in closet, but the way that it is set up just does not utilize all of the space in there. So, my dad came over 2 weekends ago, I think it was, and we did some measurements and planned out what we would like to do. So, my husband wants to move up his curtain rack and then add some shelves below for his shoes and pants and things, and have some drawers. And then on my side, I want to add some shelves and then just have 2 rows of hanging racks. So that's the plan at some point. I don't know if that will happen in October or later down the road, because we recently have had some bills come up that were unexpected. I had to get some car things fixed, and we just had some other expenses come up. So hopefully we are still able to do that. Sorry, I'm seeing all these little fuzzies coming off of my mic cover. But hopefully we can redo our closet sometime. The next topic that I had was an upcoming thing that I have at work, which is Picture Day. So I know, at least where I live, a lot of the schools do Picture Day when they do back to school registration, but our school does not do that. So we end up having it in like September or October every year. So we have that on October 10th. October 10th. It's a Friday, and I have a feeling it's going to be a long day. I coordinate all of the Picture Day things. So our school is really small, so the way that I do it, I just go class to class, and I grab one class at a time. We go down to the auditorium, they get their pictures taken, the staff and the students do it at the same time, and then they go back to class, and then I grab the next group of students and staff. So it's just a long day of running back and forth from our classrooms to our auditorium, and yeah, it always works out in the end, but it's just a long day. And then I actually have a doctor's appointment that afternoon, so I'm gonna have to leave work early, like not that much early, but I have to leave work, so hopefully everything goes well with Picture Day and I can get out in time to get to my appointment. And then on the same day, we have a staff outing. We try to do quarterly staff outings, just to kind of build, I don't know, like the team up and just hang out outside of the school building. I work in a really small school. We only have like 25 staff members, maybe it's 23 or 24. So we are able to invite everyone and just go to a different place depending on the weather. Like sometimes we will hang out in an outdoor, I don't want to name any names because it's all local stuff, but there's like an outdoor area that they'll sometimes do live music, and sometimes they do like food trucks and things, so you can just go and hang out. Sometimes we will go to like a restaurant and just hang out, whatever. So I don't know if I will attend that because I have my doctor's appointment, so it might be a long day going from Picture Day to the appointment and then go to the staff outing. We'll see how I'm feeling and just how long the day is, whether or not I go to that staff outing. I actually don't even remember where it is at, so I don't know, we'll see, but that's gonna be a busy day. And then the day after that, on the 11th, I'm supposed to hang out with one of my high school, middle school best friends. We met in 6th grade and we started actually being close friends in like 7th grade. And then all throughout high school, we would hang out and then we would not talk for like months. Not because we didn't like each other, we just didn't have classes together or whatever the case was. And then we would get super close again. And then like in college, we were super close. And then we, we were out of college, and now we will see each other maybe 3 times a year. So this is one of our yearly hangouts. I honestly don't remember the last time that I saw her. We are both so bad about making plans with each other and following through. So I'm really happy to be hanging out with her and to see her. I have lots of things to update her on, and just, it's always good to hang out and catch up. So I'm very excited to see her. And then the following week of October, my husband and I will celebrate our 3-year wedding anniversary. I really want to know if you guys would be interested in me doing a video where I talk about, like, my wedding, our engagement, all things, me and my husband. It might be kind of lame for you guys. I don't know. I feel like if you've watched some of my other videos, then you would know that my husband is like my favorite person in the world. So I love talking about him and sharing our story with you guys, but I don't know if you would enjoy that. I'll probably do it anyway because our anniversary is on a Thursday and I upload on Thursdays. So I just feel like it would be perfect to talk about the last 3 years and like just our relationship in general. I don't know. Maybe that would be cheesy and lame, but I kind of want to do it anyway. So we don't have any plans for our anniversary as of now. I don't know if we will make plans. We probably will not because, like I said, we had some expenses pop up that we were not expecting, and we are still trying to get our debt paid off ASAP. I've been talking about it since January. We had student loan debt to pay off, and we had not ever started to pay it until this year. So we got our butts in gear and we started to pay it off, and it should be paid off by February of next year. So it would be 13 months total of paying off the debt, and that would be just such a blessing to have paid off. So we're trying not to spend a ton of extra money if we don't necessarily need to. So I feel like for our anniversary we might just end up like getting food somewhere and hanging out together at home, and just relaxing, because I've mentioned it in a few videos recently, but our August and September have been crazy, quite a roller coaster of emotions, and we've found out lots of news recently, on top of the expenses. So just spending a night at home and relaxing would be a perfect way to spend our anniversary this year. I would have no problem with that. So we'll see. And then the weekend after, we are going apple picking with my family. We try to go apple picking like every year. I talked about it in the Cinnamon Girl tag, which if you have not watched that video, you should go check it out. It was such a fun tag that Gingerbread ASMR created, and I had a fun time talking about all things fall. And one of my favorite things in the fall is apple picking, and we plan to go apple picking. I think it will be me and my husband, my sister and her husband, and then my dad, potentially my brother. I don't know if he will have to work that day. I know that my mom is out of town, so she is not able to come. But I am excited to go apple picking because I last year started making an apple crumble that my husband really loved. So I will likely make that again this this year, and I saw a video on Instagram where someone made a blooming apple. So if you've ever been to Texas Roadhouse, they have a blooming onion. I don't like onions, so I've never had that before. But they basically cut the onion so that it kind of opens up, and I don't even know what type of seasoning and stuff they use on it. You can Google it if you want to look up a blooming onion, but I saw someone do it with an apple. So they kind of just cut it so that it opens up, and you put like cinnamon butter and ice cream in it, and then you just eat it. So it's kind of like, if you've ever been to Cracker Barrel and you've had their apple, the baked apples or fried apples, I forget what it's called. It's just kind of a softened apple with cinnamon, and in the video that I saw, they added ice cream on top, and it just looked so good. I guess the closest similarity that I could say is it's like an apple pie without the crust. So you're just getting the apple filling with ice cream on top, and that to me sounds incredible. So after we go apple picking, I plan to do some baking of different apple related treats. So that will be fun and exciting, and it will be really nice because I am on fall break from work the week after. So I think it's like the 20th through the 24th. Is that the week? Whatever that week is of October. My school district is on fall break. So I technically have to work 2 days, I believe. Depending on how I feel, I might take some extra time off. I do have time off available. So if I want to, I might take the full week off just to enjoy it. But if not, then I'll just go to work for a few hours and then, enjoy the rest of my time off. But I don't have any plans for that week. I'm sure I will do some filming for you guys. It's always nice to have some extra days to record. That is such a blessing. And then I can kind of get ahead, and I would have some time to just relax as we get into the holiday season. So hopefully I have the energy and want to record during my fall break, but if not, I will just continue to record videos how I have been, where I just kind of record it whenever I'm able to. But during fall break, the only plan that I have that is set in stone is that I am getting a haircut. I have been needing a haircut for a while. Honestly, when I got my haircut back in May, I think it was May or June, I did not cut enough. I don't know if you can really tell in this lighting, but I just need a haircut. My ends are kind of looking straggly. I don't know if that's even a word, but I don't know. They just don't look great. So I kind of would like to cut off a little bit more than I have been. Maybe cut off like 3 or 4 inches. My hair is pretty long anyway. It's definitely the longest that it has been in a while. So it could use a good trim. I don't think I'm going to get layers this time. I got some tiny layers last time, and I don't know, I just don't care for layers. I don't really wear my hair in curls or a blowout or any styling that emphasizes layers. My hair is naturally straight. it dries straight. And if I have layers, it just doesn't sit beautifully like it should, unless I were to style it with heat every day, and I really do not want to do that. So I will probably just cut it straight across and call it a day, but I might cut it a little bit shorter than I have been the last few haircuts. We will see. I don't think it's going to be drastic enough that you can really tell, but it will just be healthier and allow it to keep growing longer and healthier. I've been trying to keep it moisturized and using hair masks in the shower and all of that jazz, but it starts with a good haircut to keep it nicely shaped. So yeah, that's kind of everything that I have. I guess the last thing for the month would be Halloween. We, as far as I'm aware, have no plans for Halloween. I don't know if anyone really trick-or-treats around where we live. I don't think last year we saw anyone. It would be kind of difficult to trick-or-treat because we are in condos, so you can't really knock on people's individual doors because there's a front door that you have to have a key to unlock. So, I don't know, it might not be like the most, it might not be the best place, the best area to go trick-or-treating, but I'm sure that the neighborhoods around us get a lot of trick-or-treaters. So maybe we will just hang out. I think Halloween's on a Friday this year. We don't really go to parties or anything, and I don't know that any of our friends necessarily do Halloween things, so it might just be an evening where we hang out. Actually, now that I think about it, it's a Friday, so my husband will probably be working and I will probably just hang out at home and do nothing, or maybe I will see if my sister wants to hang out and we could watch a movie and, I don't know, do something fun like a craft or something for Halloween. I don't know, we'll see. That was just kind of me brain dumping right there because I have no plans, but that could be fun to hang out with her and just relax and do crafts or something like that. We shall see. Actually, speaking of my sister, we've been trying to do monthly sister hangouts by we did it last month and that was the start of it. So we want to do sister hangouts every month. We live 25 minutes away from each other, so it's not necessarily far, but it's also not right down the road. So we don't often hang out, and we just want to make time to hang out. So we need to plan our October hangout. We were actually talking about it today. We talked about potentially making recipe scrapbooks, or what else did we talk about? There were a few different crafts that she mentioned wanting to do, so maybe I will show you guys whatever we end up making on our sister hangout. If we do a craft or something like that, maybe I will show it in a short for you guys. But that's about it for this upcoming month. I'm sure I forgot something. Hopefully this month is more exciting and more positive than the last few months. I really appreciate you guys for hanging out with me today and letting me just ramble to you guys. I enjoy watching videos like this if I'm getting ready in the morning or working on a craft, or I just don't want to be alone. So I hope that I was able is that you are doing today. And if you want to stick around for future videos, I hope that you will subscribe down below. I love you guys, and I hope to see you again soon. I hope that you have a great rest of your day or night.